Well, howdy, party people and space cadets, and welcome to Retro, Random, and Rare, the show where I talk about stuff from my personal collection that falls into one of the aforementioned categories, if not all of them. And on this week's episode, we will be talking about the 1984 toy line Stinkies by Mole Toys. I think it's Mole. Let's take a look. Now, Stinkies is a line that came in the boom of the gross out craze of the 80s, and I'm sure most people remember who grew up in the 80s when gross out stuff like Garbage Pail Kids and Rude Ralph and all things of that nature just really exploded. Well, Stinkies was a line that came along with that, and their gimmick, their play feature, was that they stank. They actually came with a, I don't want to call it a flavor crystal, but kind of a stink stick, even though that's a very horrible sounding way to put things, inside of them, and they supposedly smelled like their namesake. Whereas I don't think they really did. They just kind of had a unique smell, but they didn't really smell that bad. And they definitely didn't smell like what they were supposed to. But let me tell you, my mother hated this toy line. Remember when she got this guy, she thought he smelled so bad that she actually took the stink stick out and threw it away and then kept him in a Ziploc bag. And if I wanted to play with him, I had to take him out of the Ziploc bag. But I loved this figure. And this is the first one I got, and this is Sewer, which Sewer is kind of a warrior-y looking elephant-y guy, I guess, but just a unique character design. Let's see, it's a little far up. And I remember I actually took like a cardboard box and like kind of a long slender one, sort of like a VCR box, and cut out one of the sides, and I made him his own little sewer to play in. As I don't know, I thought playing with an elephant monster in the sewer was a fun thing. And then the next figure in the series, and I don't remember if I mentioned or not, but there were actually 6 in all. I didn't have all 6, and I don't have all 6, but I have quite a few. And this is Barnyard, this little dumpy guy here. Which is kind of an interesting design. They're very, looking back on them now, for such gross out toys, they're very charming, very kind of friendly looking guys. This guy almost kind of has a froggy type appearance. But I liked him as a kid because, funny thing, I thought he looked like Chet from Weird Science after he was turned into, well, you know what he was turned into. Though as a kid, I didn't quite realize that's what it was supposed to be. But yeah, this was Barnyard. Great colors, too. They're really vibrant, too, and they've really held up well over the years. And another one who his stink stick was taken from him prematurely. Wonder if that made them sad, losing their stink sticks. Or if they were happy because the other action figures now wanted to be their friends. And then this next one is, now as an adult, I actually think is probably the coolest one of the lot. Here, guys, scoot over. I didn't get in there. And this is Dead Fish, which you would think maybe Dead Fish would kind of have a fishy type appearance. I guess he is kind of squid-like. That could kind of count. But he's this interesting, squiddy kind of alien-y like creature. And this, again, is one of those little things that all it was the figures. I don't think the boxes had any kind of backstory, or there was no mythology to these guys. They were just whatever you wanted them to be. And I guess I forgot to mention, but kind of obvious, I got my muscle man here, Kaniku Man, to give you the size proportion of how big these guys actually were. I have such vivid memories of getting Sewer. I remember I got him at kind of an old style department store downtown, which those were kind of a dying thing even when I was already small. But we did have one, I think it was called H&L Green, and I remember I got him there. But these other guys, no clue, no memory. Don't remember at all where they came from or where I got them. Now the last one I'm going to show is the last one I have, and this is Outhouse. But this is really interesting, well, really interesting to me, because I got this guy much later at like a Family Dollar type place. But he's either a bootleg or just that company tried their hand at it again under a different company. Because this, even though this is clearly Outhouse and looks exactly as the figure, it's not a Stinky. It was just some other little random thing, and I cannot for the life of me remember how it was packaged. I just remember thinking, hey, it's a Stinky, but it wasn't. And this one glows in the dark. And if you look, he doesn't have the spot for the stink stick. Man, I've been saying stink stick a whole lot, and that is just such an unpleasant thing to have to hear and to say. Stink stick. I said it again. Yeah, so this is the glow-in-the-dark outhouse. Another sentence you don't expect yourself to say very often. But he has kind of another strange design. These are very creative in their nature, because he's kind of alien-like, but kind of goblin-like at the same time. And, well, couldn't be as studly as I am, but you understand what I mean. But then this headdress is very kind of almost Egyptian-y. So yeah, Stinkies, unique, interesting toy line, and definitely retro, definitely random, definitely rare. Let me know down below if you had any of these guys, and if you had the two that I'm missing, which I actually probably should have written them down. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Please like, comment, subscribe, and may your pants always be filled with non-stinky marshmallows.